Okay, good morning. Any tardies this morning, coaches? No, everybody make it on time? I wanted to give ourselves a round of applause for making it here. Let's go. My name is Ben Hale. I'm the head of school here at Oasis. I also coach, and I've been coaching for a long, long time, and I love it, and I won't stop. Even though, you get busy with lots of things, this is being involved in sports is an important part of how I grew up. I actually am an ICS Knight. Let's go, ICS. Let's hear it for you. Okay? I can't cheer for you this week unless we're not in the final, okay? Growing up, I grew up as an MK in Korea and Indonesia and Singapore and Thailand, and sports were an important part of how I made friends, my spiritual formation, relationships with coaches. I don't talk to my chemistry teacher, but I do talk to all of the people that I played sports with and my coaches. It was important to me. And for you, I hope that this week that you will take advantage of not only being able to be at our first inaugural ACSC Division II tournament. Let's go. Let's give ourselves a hand for that. But that you will be aware that you are amongst friends, and that be mindful to sometimes put your phone down and meet some people this week. I think that's important, because I think for you to be able to fully embrace this experience with people that are like you is a fantastic opportunity, and I don't want you to miss it. Oasis is proud to be the first host of this event. We are very excited to have all of you guests here on our campus this week. And we hope that we set the bar high for all of you that are going to host after us. But I hope that this is an enjoyable thing. If you need anything, our team is excited to help. I want to give a round of applause to Mr. Chad Kavanaugh, who's put so much work into this. I'm sure he's relieved to just get this thing started up, all right? So if you have any empathy, just give him a hug if you see him. He might need that. So, again, welcome to all the athletes, coaches, chaperones, and parents. We're so glad to have you. Welcome.
We turned it off. The next part of our morning is where we get to be loud, a little rambunctious, have some fun as we celebrate the diversity of all the nations that you all represent, where your schools are from, and your school spirit. So just like you would when you're watching a sporting event, you'd get excited, you'd clap, you'd hoot and holler for your home team. Do that today. Show some school pride, show some country pride as we're welcoming all of our flags in for the flag ceremony. This is a really great way to honor your home countries where you are living right now. So we will start first with Morrison Academy, Kaohsiung, from Kaohsiung City, Thailand. Next, let's welcome International Community School Udon Thani from Udon Thani, Thailand. Let's give a warm welcome to Christian Alliance International School from Kowloon, Hong Kong. Now we have Hope International School from Phnom Penh, Cambodia. All right, getting the crowd livened up in the back. We have Morrison Academy Taipei from New Taipei City, Taiwan. ICS, I saw you all had some signs, so maybe you got to bring it to the next level with International Community School Singapore from Singapore. And last but certainly not least, the home school, Oasis International School from Selangor, Malaysia. What a great way to start off this morning and just get to see the great diversity that we have, all the countries that you all represent. And as Mr. Hale said, and as I'm sure all of your coaches have already told you, just press into what's happening this week, stay off your screen time, and really get to know some friends. Up next, we have the privilege of enjoying a Malaysian cultural performance put on by university students from the Protestant Church in Sabah, Shah Alam. Although each of the group members are from Sabah, they represent a variety of East Malaysia's diverse ethnic groups. The group was established in 2022 and has performed at a variety of events, including church events and the Harvest Festival. Today, they will perform 3 dances native to East Malaysia, and I'm now convinced this is why Mr. Kavanaugh asked me to MC. They will perform the Sumazao from the Dusun ethnic group, the Manggigol Sumandai from the Rungus ethnic group, and the Baguntip from the Murut ethnic group. Please join me in welcoming Youth PCS Shah Alam.
Kan sayang sumuku, angin suap tak karara itu, angin suap tak karara itu. Kan sayang sumuku, angin suap tak karara itu, angin suap tak karara itu. Kan sayang sumuku, angin suap tak karara itu, angin suap tak karara itu. Kan sayang sumuku, angin suap tak karara itu, angin suap tak karara itu. Kan sayang sumuku, angin suap tak karara itu, angin suap tak karara itu.
All right, give it up once again for Youth PCS. They came out here to practice on Sunday, and they wanted me to try that last bamboo thing. And I told them I would 100% sprain an ankle if we tried to do that. So very, very athletic and talented. Thank you, guys. Next up, we have our honorary speaker. So the honorary speaker for this year's ACSC 2 Tri-Sport Tournament, the opening ceremony is Mr. Kelvin Chi. Kelvin has a big heart and a passion to ignite potential in individuals from all walks of life, from youth and families to communities and organizations. For him, success in life is when one recognizes their given talents and utilizes them to contribute and impact their circle of influence. He strongly believes that the meaning of life is to find your gift, and the purpose of life is to give it away. For more than a decade, Kelvin has facilitated many training programs for local and multinational companies, guiding executives and leaders to ignite their potential and performance at a personal and team level. In recent years, Kelvin's passion in strengthening and equipping families and communities has led him to develop and run family enrichment programs. He hopes to empower families for a positive future generation. He believes that the strength of the nation begins with the family. Kelvin also serves as the Matrix Football Community Club head coach and is one of 5 certified Level 1 Premier Skills Coach educators in Malaysia. This is a collaboration between the British Council and Premier League to run programs for community football coaches in Malaysia. One of the biggest highlights of his football journey was when he was invited to Everton Premier League Football Club for a month to work alongside with the Everton and the community programs in the UK. He believes that football is a great medium to impact the young generation positively. Kelvin's catchphrase is, "Everyone has a hero that lies within, ready to be ignited." Please join me in welcoming Mr. Kelvin Chi.
Wow, thank you very much, Mr. Hill and Chad, for this special invitation to be the first ever tournament, right? Now, how many of you are excited to be here this morning? Woo! Okay, let me hear some noise from the volleyball players. All right, I like that. What about some noise from the basketball players? And last but not least, the soccer players. Let me hear some noise. Yeah! Now, it's going to be an exciting 3 days event, right? I'm so glad to be here. It's truly an honor. Now, I was given 15 minutes, so I want to make sure that I put my timer here, and I'll meet the 15 minutes. What I really hope to do is to encourage you and inspire you. And I would like to invite you to pace forward. Let's imagine in 10 years' time, everybody just imagine in 10 years' time, you will be invited as a guest speaker for such an event like this. Okay? What would be your story? What would you share for such an event like this? Just imagine. Okay? Just imagine. Because I want you to understand that what you do today will determine your tomorrow. And that's important to understand that. And every day, you have an opportunity to write your story. Isn't it true? Right? Every day, every single day. And God has given us that gift, yeah, to co-author our life story. I'm going to share 3 life principles very shortly. Yeah, 3 life principles. And the first one is, let me invite you to do this. I like to use experiential activities so that we learn from engagement, right? Can you put your pinky to your right and your thumb to your right this way? Okay, everybody. Just put your pinky to your right and your thumb to your right. Yeah, the same direction. Okay, we all agree that the pinky and the thumb right in front of you belongs to you, right? Okay, now tell your pinky and thumb, move to your left this way. Okay, now do this. Right, left, right, left. Oh, I see some rockers there. Some got stuck, some hang loose. Now, can you do it? What about this group here? Okay, you're trying. Get stuck. Now, it's interesting, right? It's our own body parts, and we are telling our body parts to move a certain direction, and yet we found it difficult. Why is that so? Why do you think? Anyone? Why is it so difficult? Yes? Yes? Go ahead. Not natural. Yeah. It's not the muscle group. You're like, Kelvin, we don't sit down here and just practice this way. All right? We don't do things like that. But it's a muscle memory that you need to work at. So the first principle I want to give to you is all about awareness. It's awareness. If we don't sit down and we don't think about it, we wouldn't figure out how come. Why Kelvin, make it so easy and yet we find it difficult. So awareness gives you the information and the option to make the right decision. And that's important in life, right? That's important. As athletes, sometimes we so focus on doing the drills, right? The session. We're so focused on that, and we forgot about being. We are all called human being, not human doings. So at times, we just need to pause and reflect. What are we thinking? You know, we call it the second level of thinking. To think about what you're thinking. Because if you don't think about what we are thinking, we have no chance to correct what we are thinking. Some of you today seated here is like, I'm nervous. I'm afraid. You know, they look that big. They look like they're all in uniform. Everyone wear blues and they are stand out. You know, they are ready to rock and roll, right? And the thought affects your feelings, and feelings affects your what? Action, that's right. So you want to change your action, you have to first identify what type of thought process that is going through your mind right now. You know, we do this in the corporate world as well with leaders. We have to guard our minds. Because a lot of times we allow thoughts that sabotage ourselves. So I just want to encourage you, the first lesson that I'm going to pass to you is have awareness. Do some reflection. Pause and do some reflection. John Dewey said this, we don't learn from experiences. We learn from reflecting upon our experiences. So take time to review your game, to review your strength, to review your gaps, to review where do you want to go, where are you heading, and where are you now. And most important, to review who do you want to be, your identity. Let me remind you, sports is what we do, it's not who we are. Just remember that. And the second thing I want to share with you is ABC. A is awareness. B is brick walls. There will be brick walls in your life. Yeah. And Randy Pouch said this. For those of you who know Randy Pouch, the last lecture, yeah, go Google it. He has passed on. But he gave his last lecture. He says that in life there will be brick walls. But brick walls are there not to stop you. There's a reason, but it's not there to stop you. Brick walls are there to show how badly you want something. To show how badly. And I just want to share with you a little story. Can I be real with you guys? Is it okay? Yeah? I want to share with you my story. There are many brick walls in my life, right? I still remember at this age, I'm wondering, what's next after my studies of high school? What's next? And all my life, I've been thinking about studying abroad. But I come from a hardworking middle-income family. My mom sells economy rice. Do you all know economy rice? A small stall, and they sell. So for me, growing up, it was difficult to the extent where I need to decide whether should I continue studying, because I need to help her to sell economy rice, right? At times, I need to skip school to go and help her, right? So to some extent, I was like, Mom, can I just give up school and just focus on helping you? But obviously, all Asian parents, you will know that no such thing. You focus on your studies. You do what you can, right? So with all the strength that I have, I focus on finishing my Chartered Institute of Marketing, a professional marketing course. And after that, I saved 2 years. I saved 2 years to visit my best friend, who is my wife now, who is studying in Arkansas, right? So my life is very different from hers, okay? My mom sells economy rice. Their parents owns a restaurant, so you know the gap, the difference. So I saved 2 years, I visited her, and when I arrived in a university, I was like, whoa, this is how it feels like to study abroad. I see students lying on the lawn and the breeze and next to the lake with a swan. I'm like, wow, how I wish. Lord, why not me, right? Why don't I get this opportunity? So I remember, after second day of visiting, I think first or second day, I met an Uruguayan national football player, right? And he played for the varsity there, he played for the university there, and he found out that I love playing football. So he said, hey, Kelvin, why don't you come? We have a pre-season training. And my heart beat very fast, And I was telling myself, but I didn't bring my gear and stuff like that. So I told myself, maybe this is God opening a door, right? A wishful thinking, you're like, maybe God is opening a door, I can play and I get selected and I can play for uni. So I ran straight to my best friend's place, and I said, let's pray. Maybe God is opening a door. And I went around and said, hey, do you know any soccer players that I can borrow cleats, boots? Do you know anyone that I can borrow boots? It was embarrassing for me, but the stake is too high. It's like, wow, I need to do this. I need to climb over the wall. I need to have a breakthrough. So I managed to borrow a boots that is 2 sizes smaller. It's like wearing a heels, But that's all I have. I remember his name, Kevin Galloway, and he's from Antigua. So I took it, and the next morning, I still remember, as I was walking to the field, my heart beat very fast. This Chinaman going to play, in a sense, amongst the Nigerians, the American, the Hispanic, and all groups of people. And I was walking down, I look up, I said, God, thank you so much for this opportunity. If it's your will, that'll be awesome. But if not, I'm trying to console myself. If not, at least I know where I stand. So I went in. They have a friendly. So I went in, wanted to do my Malaysian skill. Not even 5 minutes, this guy came and elbowed me on my nose. Till now, my nose is a little crooked, right? And it was bleeding and bleeding. And I look up and say, God, if you don't open the door, I understand. But why? Why did you allow this to happen? I was on holiday, right? So I went out. I stuffed 2 tissue in. I'm like, this is a chance of the lifetime. So I went back and I played. I continued playing. And lo and behold, I didn't realize the head coach was there. Right? I didn't realize that. So the head coach came over and said, hey, son, what's your name? I said, I'm Kelvin. Now, Kelvin, I haven't seen you here before. I said, yeah, I'm visiting. And then he said this, Kelvin, would you be interested if I offer you a scholarship to play here? And I almost fainted. In life, although as much as I want to agree and accept, but at that point of time, my dad just had a stroke, and we do not have insurance. And the scholarship is only 70%. Only 70%. Another brick wall. So I told the coach, let me consider. I'll go back and I'll discuss and I'll pray and I'll come back to you. And I went back home to Malaysia. I shared this fantastic news to my parents. And I know they are elated, they are happy. But at the same time, deep inside, I can see, how am I going to churn out 30% of the tuition fees? So I remember my mom said this. I told her, Mom, perhaps I won't go for it. I'll just surrender. I'll just let go of this opportunity. He says, no, son. It's God-given opportunity. You go, and we'll try our best. And with that blessing, I went. I still remember the first game of the season. Usually in America, in the US, they line up 2 lines, and then they call your number. Kelvin G, number 7. You go, and then you sing the national anthem. I remember, this is it. This is dream come true, right? Really, my dream came true. But you know what? The first game of the season, a tackle from behind, I got a high ankle injury, and I have to sit out for 8 games. Now, we all athletes, we know if you sit out for 8 games, it's going to be tough to come back, right? And I literally cried every night. I'm like, God, why did you bring me here and you allowed this to happen? I don't understand. That's the gift that you have given me. Why? Why you allow this to happen? And you know what? Again, another brick walls. I was so afraid that they take away my scholarship and I have to go back to Malaysia. But thankfully, it didn't. I study hard. I have to work. I have to keep my GPA, right? And I got a call then, in the end of semester. He says, Kelvin, congratulations. I said, for what? You got another scholarship. I said, another scholarship? This is academic scholarship. And it's 30%. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Brick walls will be there, but as long as you show up, right? So suffering will develop perseverance. Perseverance will develop character. And guess what? Character, hope. And that's the beauty when you recognize, when you understand that there is hope. There is hope. And finally, I'm going to end with this. The third, A, awareness. B, brick walls. C is choose to grow. Choose to grow. And that's important. In life, I brought this thing here. In life, we may think that, this is us, right? What is this? What is this? What do you think? Sorry? What is this? Probably a basketball. A basketball. Some of us, we have this mindset that this is us. How I wish I'm as big as this guy over here, wearing glasses, looking at me, staring straight into my eyes. How I wish I have his physique, right? How I wish I am as fast as this person. And in life, it's like that. But let me encourage you. Choose to grow and be excellent. And sometimes what you need to do is to just feel, gain knowledge, gain experience. You just need to yeah, I may look silly at times you may look silly, but it's all right. And it takes effort. It takes hard work. You keep blowing. And all you need is consistency. Yeah. I want to show you this. I want to show you this. As long as you are a good steward of the gift that God has given you, you grow it, you feel it. When hard times come, when brick walls come, guess what? You're able to bounce back. And not only that, you're able to share your gift. And that's the beautiful thing. Once you feel yourself, you grow your gift, and you're able to share it. And you find delight in it. So my friends, I hope that this A, awareness, B, brick walls, and it builds perseverance, character, and hope. And C, right, choose. It's a choice. Choose to grow. So with that, in 10 years' time, start writing your story. Be intentional in writing your story. I want to wish you all the best. Have fun and enjoy your next 3 days. Thank you very much.
All right, that was really good. I can't claim that this is going to be near as exciting. I'm Taylor Shockey. I'm the athletic director at ICS Udon Thani and co-chair of this amazing Division II. What we're going to do now is to make sure that we're on point. We're staying focused on why we're here. And I think Mr. Kelvin did a great job of pointing us and getting us into that mindset and that direction. But what we're going to do if we can get up there, we're going to recite the code of conduct. Like I said, I know, very exciting stuff, okay? But we're going to start with the coaches. And what we'll do is I will read the line, and then you can substitute the, make it personal. You can say, I understand, and we will hold our athletes accountable, things like that, okay? You can put an I or a we in there. So let's do this. Let's have everybody stand up. You've been sitting for a little bit. Get a little loose. Coaches, you're first. So we're going to read through this. So I'll read it, and then I want you to repeat loud and proud. Set an example for your students of how to project that voice, all right? So coaches will understand that ACSC sports are for enjoyment and the overall goal of ACSC. A little clarifier for the coaches. Students, you can just listen to your coaches. I've got a student section for you, so just wait. You can wait in anticipation, okay? All right. And I will encourage sportsmanship and cooperation amongst your own athletes and the opposition. Coaches. I will support student athletes in the understanding of the rules and laws of the sport. What do you think, students? They doing all right? I think they could be a little louder, right? Maybe? Yeah? Okay. Okay. I will respect all student athletes, opposition, officials, spectators, and parents. This is a little better. I will respect the restricted coaching areas. I will remember that you are a role model, or I am a role model for our student athletes and promote positive personal and social behavior. I will teach student athletes that winning should be a goal, but is not the main goal. I will inspire student athletes and those present to perform to the best of their abilities. All right, now we're going to move on to the students. And I know there's more of you, so coaches, don't use this as an excuse, but let's be louder than that, all right? Okay, student athletes I will play sports for enjoyment and the goals of ACSC as outlined in the ACSC handbook. That's a strong start. I encourage sportsmanship and cooperation amongst my fellow ACSC athletes. I understand and play by the rules and laws of every sport. I respect opposition, officials, coaches, spectators, and parents. I respect the restricted bench area. I work hard for myself and for my team. I develop self-control, discipline, and fair play through sporting leadership and endeavors. All right, let's finish strong here. Always strive for myself and my team to perform to the best of my abilities. All right, well done. Give yourself a pat on the back and you can sit down. All right.
All right, guys, we're almost done. Thank you once again to all of you who participated in this. I hope it sets the tone for a really fun, competitive week, but also one that demonstrates the values that we just talked about. I'm going to give you some logistical information. Hopefully a lot of this is review, but just so everyone's on the same page, I'll run through it quickly. I know you're ready to play. So schedule for today. Today's the busiest day, okay? So take note of the schedule. We are in the opening ceremony. Boys soccer and girls basketball will kick off in about 40 minutes from now, so start to get your minds right. And then that will run until about 2:30. Lunch is in between there. I told the coaches last night, but lunch will be available that whole time just in this lobby area outside these doors. So whenever your team has a break in that window, come grab lunch, get air conditioning, do that, whatever makes sense for your team. At 2:30 or shortly after, everyone will load up on a school-specific bus. So I know this morning you guys did a great job getting on the bus you were supposed to. Forget that assignment just for this next bus. Get on the bus with your school, okay? And what you're going to be doing is a KL scavenger hunt. So it's the cultural experience. You're going to learn about Malaysian culture. You're going to be dropped off in a location in KL and basically be given a list of tasks with your coach and try to compete against each other. There's a really cool prize that will be given away at the award ceremony to the winning team. So boys and girls from each school are also opposition of one another. So girls and boys will each form their own team, and you'll be competing to earn the most points in the scavenger hunt for a prize at the end of the week. So it should be a great evening. Next slide. Tomorrow, a little more simple, but we're back here early to finish up boys soccer, girls basketball, lunch. Same situation, and then we'll kick off boys and girls volleyball, and then dinner. Dinner will be in our school cafeteria, so you'll figure out where that is tomorrow, but just so you're aware, lunches are in this lobby, the Performing Arts lobby. Dinner will be in the cafeteria. And then Friday, similar schedule. We will come back, finish up volleyball, lunch, and then start boys basketball, girls soccer. One really important note for Friday night is you have a 2-hour window. It shouldn't take that long because I know a lot of you guys have already done a lot of planning. But that will be a time to make sure that everyone from your school is on the same page with the service project. We're going to be welcoming about 200 students from refugee schools in the city, so there's going to be a lot of people going on. So make sure, students, that you are very clear on what your school is doing and what your individual role in that is by the end of the day Friday. Saturday morning is going to come quick. Students will be here, and you won't have much time to figure it out. So Friday night, before you leave Oasis, please be clear on what your role is for your service project. Saturday morning, 8 all the way until about 1, we'll do our service project. Like I said, we're welcoming about 200 refugee students, and you guys are going to put on a camp experience for them. So that's one piece of it. Second piece is you'll learn more about refugees and the challenges they face, the causes of the things that have made them have to flee from their country. So it should be a really informative time, but also a time where you guys get to serve and engage the refugee community in Malaysia. And then we'll finish up after that, boys basketball, girls soccer, have an hour break before the award ceremony, and then it will all be over. So I hope that's clear. If you want to talk to, or if you have any questions on the schedule, find me, find one of your coaches. They should have that. All right, and a few rules. So we still have classes going on, believe it or not. It's important that we kind of abide by some rules while you're here. So please help us by doing this. If you do this, I think things will run smoothly. But just so I can run through them really quick, if you're an adult in the room, you should be wearing a green lanyard at all times on campus. That just helps our security team and our staff know that you're an invited person on campus for the safety of everyone. So please be wearing that. If you need extra ones for coaches or parents, just let me know and I can get those for you. Bathrooms. So we have designated bathrooms for students and adults separate. Mr. Hale, if I'm not mistaken, you said these bathrooms can be used by all for a public event. So these ones are okay. In the gym, you'll notice there's a boys on the left-hand side, girls on the right, and then a handicap single bathroom in the middle. Students are invited to use the ones on the left and right, boys and girls. Adults use the one in the middle. That one's available. Then there's also one in the coach's lounge that you'll see. So 2 bathrooms in the gym available for adults. Basically the single ones. Showers. We have very limited showers for this number of people. So what I mean by, did I say courtesy? Shower courtesy is take a 2 to 3 minute shower, clean up, get out. Okay, so it's best to do that right after your last game finishes. If we all wait until the end of the last game, you're you're going to be waiting in line or you're going to get on the bus stinky. So go get in the shower after your last game, 3-4 minutes, get in, get out, and just be mindful that we have 230 kids sharing limited showers. No food, drinks in the gym, CrossFit gym, dance studio. We really want to just leave those spaces nice and clean. So you may eat in this lobby, at the field area, in the walkway outside the pack, but please know, obviously water's okay, but no other food or drinks in the gym, CrossFit gym, or dance studio. Don't touch the exercise equipment for your safety. You'll notice on the stage nearby court number 1, there is signs for each of your schools. So please use those spaces against the wall to put your bags during the day. We want to avoid bags being on bleachers and on the ground. That'll help people have places to sit. It'll also help you not lose things. So use the sign area on the stage to neatly put your bags against the wall during the event. Please don't enter the academic building. So all of our events will happen here, the Performing Arts Center, the field, and the gym. So with the exception of dinners starting tomorrow night, there's no reason to be in the academic building. Stay in these 3 main areas. Really quickly, fields and courts. In between games, we're trying to stay on schedule. We have a lot of games to get through. So if you're not currently playing or the next team up playing, please leave those courts and fields available for those. So if you see an open basket, but you're not playing for 2 hours, don't use that as an opportunity to work on your 3-ball, okay? Leave those benches and courts available so that we can stay on schedule. No boots or cleats in the gym, please, just to help protect the floor. If you see trash, help us pick it up. And yeah, just ask that you would treat the athletic equipment as if it were your own. So I hope all that's straightforward. Thank you for just in advance for complying with that. A few other things quickly is we have a Wi-Fi network set up for us. So if you want to do it now, you're welcome to while I'm talking. Wi-Fi network ACSC2, password 2024 ACSC2. So that should get you Wi-Fi all around our campus. Feel free to use that. Like I said, important locations, pack, gym, field. There's a study room that's set up with desks if you need to use that to get assignments done in between games. Meals, I think I went over that. Coach's lounge, there's a room in the gym for you all with drinks, and our parent organization has baked some things for you all to just kind of enjoy throughout the tournament. We have a medical team available. You'll see them around. Get on the bus with your school this afternoon. And our last announcement, but one that I don't want to be missed, one of our students, is Naomi here? Naomi's here. Okay. One of our students, so you heard a little bit, but our theme of service for the week is serving the refugee community. And one reason for that is it's a huge problem in Malaysia. And another reason is that's a cause and a community that us, Oasis, as a school, has really tried to engage in across our student body and in our service learning program. So we want to leave this week having made an impact on the refugee community. One way we're going to do that was student-led by Naomi, and it's a great way to use your free time in between games. So I'm going to let Naomi come up and share briefly just what that is.
So basically, we know that Saturday is the service day, but throughout the week, we're going to have a little station set up in the dance room or dance studio or study room where you can help make pom-poms. And it's going to be a competition for all the schools. And the winner of the competition will get this lovely trophy and a basket of Malaysian goodies. And so when you make a pom-pom, there'll be instructions on the wall. And every blue and yellow pom-pom will be 1 point for your school. There'll be buckets to put your pom-poms in. And every pink and purple pom-pom will be minus points for another school. And so these pom-poms will eventually be made into flowers and sold so we can raise funds to help teach Han International School, a refugee school, how to crochet, and then also business skills to sell what they've made. So just hope that you guys can help, and yeah, somebody will win that, right? So.
All right, yeah, so just anytime in between games, go in the dance room, knock out, I think it takes 2 to 3 minutes, allegedly, to make a pom-pom. So use your free time to do that, and it's, again, going to make an impact. All right, I think that's it. It is currently 8:56, I believe. Games start promptly at 9:30. So if you are one of the first girls basketball or boys soccer games, please be at the court or gym no later than 9:15 to start warming up. In the meantime, we do have refreshments out in this lobby. So particularly if you're not playing for an hour or two, coaches, feel free to enjoy refreshments over the next few hours. If you're playing, do that for the next 20 minutes and then get ready to go. But hope you guys are excited. Let's go play.